Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is David, this is David K Reacts, and here on this channel I ramble with articulation, I hope, about a variety of different musical, video and audio elements of the videos that I watch. And today I'm bringing another new group to the channel. I'm still not quite with my full setup yet, and so I've been doing slightly shorter videos and things like that and doing things a little bit differently. And I've brought a few new groups recently, and I don't usually do so many new groups at once, but these guys bounced across my Instagram, and I had to basically just stop listening immediately and go and find something to react to, because their sound was just incredible for the few seconds that I heard. And that is King's Return. This is an a cappella group based out of Dallas, Texas, and I decided to settle onto their cover of Never Too Much by Luther Vandross. This is the last video that they put out. It's also a song I love. I love Vandross's music, and I'm really excited to hear what these folks do with it, because I think it's going to be something really incredible. I've done a tiny bit of research into them, but only a tiny bit. I've figured out their names, and I think I will be able to identify them. But I haven't spent a long time digging into them and their work. I just wanted to come at this and see what happened, because I think, as I say, I think it's going to be something really cool, and it'd be great to have another a cappella group on the channel. As for the song, this is a fantastic piece of music. I have loved this for a very long time. I'm a big fan of Luther Vandross. There was a CD I got. We had CDs. They were called Now That's What I Call Music. And then a year, 98, 99, whatever it happened to be. Which I think, I can't remember the name. I know the name of the North American equivalent, and it's not coming into my head right now. But anyway, we had these, and it was, however many tracks. 35, 36, 37, 40 tracks, and everyone was a different artist, and it was stuff that had come out that year that was popular. And I remember getting a CD that had Dance With My Father, and this really struck me as just an incredibly beautiful song, and Vandross's voice is remarkable. He was actually listed as one of the top 200 singers of all time by Rolling Stone in 2023, and I think he's deserved that place. He's an incredible vocalist. But what I learned when I was digging into this specifically, I just wanted to see what its accolades were. He wrote, performed, and produced this all himself. This was his debut single, Never Too Much. And that's incredible. Like, to do all of that yourself. This was released in 1981. It was his debut single, came from the album of the same name, Never Too Much. And it did incredibly well. It got to number 1 on the Billboard Hot R&B and Hip Hop. It got to number 4 on the Billboard Dance Club, and number 33 on the Billboard Hot 100. Now, Vandross had been a session musician, and I think he'd been in bands. I'm not 100% certain of his history. I only really know his solo work. But I mean, to come onto the solo scene with this song, and that's remarkable. It's such an incredible piece of music. So this just seemed like a great one for me to pick on to start with. And I love the fact that it's their latest thing too, so that's nice. But I'm really excited to see what they do with it. I really am. Before I get into that, I will just mention that in case you haven't seen any of my recent videos, I'm in my new space right now, but I am still working on a slightly reduced setup. Unfortunately, there's some electrical difficulty here that I'm trying to get sorted out, and until that has been resolved, I actually can't set up my full computer here, so I'm working on a laptop with a reduced setup and reduced internet, and unfortunately it does mean that I run into a few difficulties. So for one, I'm working with a single screen, so there may be cuts when I transfer between the screens and things like that, so that I'm not wasting your time. For 2, it means my internet's a bit sketchy, and it's possible there might be some audio glitches. We've had them for the last couple of weeks. The weather's better today, so we'll see whether that was actually the problem or whether it's just a bit sketchy right now. But hopefully that is also going to be sorted out in the next couple of weeks, because I've got things on the go to get all of those problems fixed, so I can have my full setup here and get going properly with the videos as I should be from a production point of view. Hopefully this is okay for now. Anyway, with all of that said, I will say welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. If it is, the way this works, I'm going to watch this video through from beginning to end, not pausing rather, excuse me, exactly not doing that, commenting and emoting over the top of it. I will then go back and watch it a second time, this time pausing and interrupting and offering what commentary and analysis I feel I can based on what I've just seen and heard and the foreknowledge of that one prior viewing. If you're just here for the reaction, the first quarter or so of the video will be good for you. Also, please do check the description down below where you will find a link not only to King's Return's YouTube channel, but the original of this song. Please make sure you have seen that before you watch this video. They are the artists here. I am simply analysing their work. So please go and support them. Please also hit the like and subscribe buttons on my channel, as well as the notification bell. And if you care to support me, you can do so by heading to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts, to patreon.com/DavidKReacts, or by leaving a super thanks here on YouTube. And any of those very gratefully appreciated for anyone who chooses to do them. And I do have a quick thank you to give out to Len Cook, who bought me a coffee this week. Thank you very much indeed for that. I really appreciate it. And I think that's everything. So without any further delay, I'm going to switch over to the other screen. Let's bring up King's Return, performing Never Too Much by Luther Vandross. Yes. They have such a great sound. I can't help myself, I don't want nobody else to ever love me. You are the shining star, my guiding light, my love fantasy. There's not a minute, hour, day or night that I don't love you. You're at the top of my list, cause I'm always thinking of you. I still remember in the days when I was such a great song too. How I spent my day dreaming, planning how to say I love you. You must have known that I had feelings deep enough to swim in. That's when you opened up your heart and you told me to come in. Oh my love, 1,000 kisses from you is never too much. Oh, the harmony's beautiful. Oh, I just don't wanna stop. Oh my love, a million days in your arms is never too much. Oh, that whole note. Don't wanna stop. Too much, never too much, never too much, never too much. Da, 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 da. Their chord work is spectacular. Woke up today, looked at your picture just to get me started. I called you up, but you weren't there, and I was broken hearted. Oh, I like that rhythm. That's lovely. Opened the door up, and to my surprise, there you were standing. Who needs to go to work to hustle for another dollar? I'd rather be with you, cause you make my heart scream and holler. Love is a gamble, and I'm so glad that I am winning. We've come a long way, and yet this is only the beginning. Oh, that was lovely. 1,000 kisses from you is never too much, never too much, never too much. I just don't wanna stop. Oh my love. Nice. A million days in your arms is never too much. Never too much, never too much, never too much. The vocal balance is spot on between them. And the way it's mixed is so good. Oh, precision. Oh, they're doing so much cool stuff. Oh, that is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Their tone is spectacular. The way they're harmonizing, the way they're balanced with each other. Spectacular stuff. I'm just going to take a quick glance at the description, see if there's anything. So this was released on the 1st of March, closing out Black History Month with a classic, absolutely. Arranged by The Michael Mayo, at The Michael Mayo. I don't know if that's their, is this their regular arranger maybe? Singer and composer. Yeah, not sure. Does he work with them on a regular basis? Anybody who knows them, please do let me know. Mixed by Ed Boyer. Well, there you go. I mean, Ed's work is legendary amongst the a cappella community, so that makes total sense. Video by Richard Tran, really good job on that actually, and editing by Plaid Productions. Wonderful stuff. Let's go back to the beginning and watch this again, because this is really lovely, and there's lots of cool stuff to be brought out of it for sure. I love this slow build that they have there. It's such a lovely sound. And what's interesting... That's our lowest note there. There's a quite a gap, but at the same time, it's not as big as it could be, because our bass, who, unless I'm very much mistaken, is Gabe on the end here. Gabe is not singing, like, he's got so much more depth to him, and I love that we're starting here with a slightly reduced breadth. For those who are coming in, if you're watching this because you're a King's Return fan and you're new to my channel, I will talk about evolution in music a lot, and this is one of the great things that they've done straight off the bat. If they started this chord not as broad in a sound spectrum as they can be, and it gives them so much space of where to go. They go there fairly quickly, and I like what they do with that. But just that starting chord being a little bit smaller is really, really lovely. Also, while we're stopped on here, I do want to say, very simple title card. I like that. That, I think, is their style, because I've seen it in their thumbnails. But I love this setting. Putting this in a bar, really, really nice. They've got some lovely warm lighting going on. There's something about this that's a very comfortable environment. It's not, it feels very welcoming. You've got even warm light outside where the window is. They've designed this set to be not particularly... It's not going to distract you that much. It's just there in the background. It's a bar. We know what bars look like. But at the same time, it's actually a very, very lovely space to be recording in. I love the little use of light in the center here with these little garlands that are coming down. Obviously, the bar itself, the shelves are lit up. So there's lots and lots of light sources. And yet nothing's really distracting from them in the foreground, which is really, really lovely. I also like the costume choice where you've got black, white, black, white. In terms of, there's the white shirts on underneath, but having the jackets over the top, it's nice. It helps the eye a little bit to kind of differentiate between people very, very quickly. It's a nice thing on that front. Yeah, really, really lovely stuff. And then just the four of them sitting on bar stools in front of the bar. It's very simple, but it's very, very effective, especially for a song like this. Oh yeah, sorry, there might be a few stalls where I start playing it and it takes a second to catch up. That is another symptom of the internet, unfortunately. And straight away they've gone into something that I started to pick up on about halfway through that first watch, which is really, really interesting, which is that it almost feels to a certain extent like there are two blocks of sound that we're listening to right now. Gabe is sort of quite front in the mix, and the bass sound in this is not dominating by any stretch, but it's extremely forward present pretty much the whole way through this. And then there is the block of J.E., Jamal, and Vaughn. They almost sound like a separate block, and it's the way that this has been mixed, I think, is really interesting, because they're harmonizing so tightly, and it gives you this kind of very cohesive sound from the three of them, because they're mixed so tightly together, so close together. And the fact that Gabe is there slightly standing out because he's giving this bass line that is being kept a little bit distant from them in the mix is really interesting to me, and I think it really highlights the harmony that these three are doing, and their harmonies are spectacular. And what's really cool here too is if we listen to the percussive side of this, there's no vocal percussionist. Well, there might be one in the group, I don't know. There is not in this song. But we've got a little bit of percussion happening. We have the finger snaps, so those are going on. And as with any finger snap, they're ever so slightly misaligned. So you get that lovely sound of group finger snap, which is it's fantastic. but also you've got this very, very light thing that we've got here coming from Jamal, where this dum 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 dum. He's not hitting those D's particularly hard, but there's this that going on in the background that's giving you a little bit of kind of like a rhythmic percussion, and at the same time, Gabe. Dum. Dum, dum. He's hitting those Ds a little bit harder. It's almost like a kind of plucked double bass effect, but there's a little bit more attack on his notes, and so there's these degrees of percussion coming throughout this that are being formulated simply by the syllables that they are singing. And I actually really like that because it just gives a little bit of additional groove to this, which, you know, these guys are spectacular performers, and this has groove coming out of every pore. But I like the fact that there is that addition of a slight percussion groove just in the very kind of percussive sounds that are being used when they come up. And they're keeping this quite bare. Like a lot of this, the most sort of consistent singer that we've got here is Jamal. Sorry, if you see a flash up, it's just me double checking I've got names. I hope I've got these names correct. I believe it is Gabe, Jamal, Vaughn, and J.E. from left to right in the video. Jamal is singing pretty consistently with the and then underneath that you have Gabe providing this sort of on and off. You've got a certain degree of the dum dum dum, and then there's dum 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 dum. There's little bits where he's singing a little bit more frequently. Meanwhile, Vaughn and J.E. are just adding these little embellishments, and so it's this surprisingly sparse arrangement for quite a thick sound, and I really, really like that. And there again, the second time around, we get a little bit more, this slight evolution. So now we're adding more consistent harmony on top. I love the harmony on the dum. There you've got, I think that is Gabe and Jamal harmonizing their dum dum. Those two, the two note harmonies there, they're open. There isn't a third in there. We've got a tonic and a fifth, I think. But it's an extremely effective sound underneath these slightly clashing harmonies that we've got from that little embellishment coming up top from the other two. Really lovely. And it's the way that they're choosing what syllable is being used at any given moment in this adds so much texture to this. I can't help myself, I don't want nobody else to ever love me. You are my shining star. And now here we've got Jamal, absolutely perfect voice for this song. It sounds fantastic. But as he comes in, now we have this third block, if you like, if you go back to my original terminology. We have Gabe in one side, we have Vaughn and J.E. on the other, and then we have Jamal, who is now separated in the mix. And we've got this solo standing forwards, even while the other things are so clear. Ed's done a marvellous job of this. Not that I would expect anything different, but I really like how they're using the sound to boost different elements of this. I don't want nobody else to ever love me. You are my shining star, my guiding light, my love fantasy. There's not a minute, hour, day, or night that I don't love you. You're at the top of my list. And even there, just that love you, just very, very quickly coming in, a slight lyric from the other three. It's really interesting how it plays in with what he's singing. That little emphasis on love you, just really, really ramming home a little bit of the point of the song just by using lyrics for just a couple of words. Minute, hour, day, or night that I don't love you. You're at the top of my list, cause I'm always thinking of you. And then there, cause I'm always thinking of you, that focus on that. And I love that we've got Gabe going quite deep at various points. You're at the top of like that. My list, cause I'm always thinking of you. But he has that dum, 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 dum. Like, he's jumping around quite a lot with the bass line of this. And it's fascinating because it keeps us interested in the bass. It keeps a foundation there, but it's not so much that it distracts us away from anything else that's going on. It's a really, really cool line there.
You're at the top of my list 'cause I'm always thinking of you. I still remember in the days when I was scared to touch you.
And here again, we've got this compression of sound again. Not technical compression, like they physically reduced the breadth between the three of them, because now all of a sudden Vaughan and J.E. have come down almost to Vaughan's pitch, not quite, but the distance between the three notes that are being sung there shrinks down so that it can expand back out again.
I still remember in the days when I was scared to touch you, how I spent my day dreaming, planning how to say I love you.
And now they've popped right back up again, and there's a little bit of a hit on that, because we've had that it catches the ear when that goes away, when they come down, and it catches the ear again when they go back up again. It's really nice. They're very good at A, keeping everything interesting, and B, at keeping the ear attuned to specific lyrics, specific lines, whatever it happens to be. Really, really lovely stuff.
Touch you, how I spend my day dreaming, planning how to say I love you. You must have known that I had feelings deep enough to swim in. That's when you opened up your heart and you told me to come in.
And these changes in rhythm are really interesting. This whole section changes a little bit, because now all of a sudden Vaughan and J.E. have dropped back, and now we've just got this.
Say I love you.
We've gone from full lyrics.
You must have known that I had feelings deep enough.
It's much more reduced and reserved, so it's kind of like there's a sense that we're building up to something a little bit there, because we've got that slight change in tone. And then listen to Gabe's bass line too.
Swimming, that's when you opened up your
The do 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 do, and then suddenly he goes into longer notes and then shifts the rhythm up a little.
known that I had feelings deep enough to swim in. That's when you opened up your heart and you told me to come.
If you listen to where he is against the beat,
Enough to swim in. That's when you opened up your heart and you told me to come.
do 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 do, he's coming in just ahead of the beat, pushing just a little bit, and it gives that whole arrangement just a little bit of a lead in towards the next phrase, and I think that's really, really cool.
Enough to swim in. That's when you opened up your heart and you told me to come in. Oh my love.
Oh, this is such a lovely shift. So we go into J.E. singing, beautiful tenor voice.
Swim in. That's when you opened up your heart and you told me to come in. Oh my love.
And it's just him singing and Gabe giving the dum dum dum, like just same rhythm, just giving a little bit of bass line to it, and then we get this unison from Jamal and Vaughan. And it's parallel unison, so they're singing in octaves. They're not singing the exact same notes. But I love that we're getting that from them at that point in time, because we've pulled out a lot of the harmonic content, and we're focusing a little bit more on this line that J.E. is singing right now and just giving it some counter melody instead. And I think that's a really, really lovely way to switch things up coming into this section.
Oh my love. 1,000 kisses from you is never too much.
And then suddenly this rich harmony over the 1,000 kisses from you is never too much. What a wonderful way to switch it up again. We go from that complete reduced line into this full rich harmony line. It's so lovely.
1,000 kisses from you is never too much. Oh,
And it's so interesting how they feature different people at different points. Obviously, Jamal and J.E. get a lot of feature because they sing solos throughout this. But just there, nothing but Gabe and the finger clicks for a few notes. And it just gives him a little minute to be heard and be focused in on for a second. In a way that, because there is a gap in the melody and the rhythm of the melody, naturally, it doesn't detract from anything else that's going on.
oh, I just don't wanna stop. Oh my love.
And then they come back in with the full harmony for the I Just Don't Want to Stop, which is Probably maybe that and the never too much, never too much, probably the two most famous little hooks from this song. But that's the moment where they bring everybody back in again, and it's just, it's so powerful because they keep dropping and, not dropping's the wrong word, but there's like a sine wave of how much is happening at once. Suddenly we have very little, then we have a lot, then we have little, then we have a lot, and they're riding how high or low to take that wave each time so very carefully. It's spectacular work.
Oh, I just don't want to stop. Oh, my love. A million days in your arms is never too much.
And that line there where J.E. just holds on to that much, even after the harmony is done underneath, and you just have that one note hanging on over the clicks and Gabe's bass line. That is beautiful. There's something about that gives such a poignancy and a yearning to that. It's never too much. I need more. Really lovely.
A million days in your arms is never too much. I just don't wanna stop. Too much, never too much, never too much, never too much.
Now it's interesting here how they're singing never too much, never too much. The ch is quite evident, whereas if you listen to the cutoffs on the previous section, much, it's so small, and J.E. does the same thing here. It's just tiny.
I just don't wanna stop. Too much, never too much, never too much, never too much.
Oh, two things lovely there. The amount of sound that's just Jamal and Vaughn singing never too much, never too much, never. But it sounds so much bigger than just the two voices. And then also their chord moves at that point in time where they're having that transition into the second verse. The richness of the harmony on those chords as they're moving is beautiful.
Never too much, never too much.
So good. And now this time we have J.E. singing over the top. I absolutely love this da, 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 da. This long line with just those little embellishments between each note is really beautiful. How slick and fast their movements are as they're going around this. The harmony, moving with somebody in harmony, especially when you've got these, even though they're light, these da-do-da, da-do-da, it's not da-do-da, they're not hitting these Ds incredibly hard, it's da-do-da-do-da, but even so, you could end up with like a kind of repeated sound there if they were off with each other, and they are so, so clean. Oh, and the way they've got these little embellishments running, just running through as just a little extra while the others are holding notes on, and there's a lot happening here. It's very, very clean. It's very ordered, but there is a lot happening, and they are working around each other so very, very well.
Woke up today, looked at your picture just to get me started. I called you up.
And here I love that this harmony this time is just picture started. Like they just adding in certain words here and there. It's a slight change to what they had before, and it just makes this verse sound a little different.
Woke up today, looked at your picture just to get me started. I called you up, but you weren't there, and I was broken hearted. Hung up the.
And notice also Gabe is singing those lyrics. He's not just carrying on with the bass line this time. He is actually doing the same thing.
I called you up, but you weren't there, and I was broken hearted.
Oh, the rhythm there.
I called you up, but you weren't there, and I was broken hearted.
There, broken heart. Like they're pushing just a little bit of syncopation in there, gives it a little bit of an additional sort of edge to the sound. It gives it a little bit more kind of of a momentum, because there's something about syncopation that kind of tricks the mind into feeling a little bit of momentum as well. But also just the sheer soul that these guys are putting out as they're singing is incredible.
Woke up today, looked at your picture just to get me started. I called you up, but you weren't there, and I was broken hearted. Hung up the phone, can't be too late. The boss is so demanding. Open the door.
This is so slick. Like, this is lovely.
I called
Like, even something like that, the hearted. We got the low notes from Gabe,
you
but
up,
here.
but you weren't there, and I was broken hearted. Hung up the phone, can't be too late.
Do, 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 do. Starting high, Gabe's gone way up here all of a sudden and comes down.
The boss is so demanding. Open the
And do, like, comes down so quickly. I love that we just have this minute of him up there to give us this really tight, small chord, and then boom, it opens right back out again. They're using him so well in this. In particular, I mean, they're all doing a particular job. I have an affinity for basses. If you haven't seen my channel before, I am a bass myself, and I love hearing a really, really good bass, and so I will naturally slightly gear some of my talk towards them, but that is in no way to the disparagement of anyone else. They're all remarkable, but just hearing that line, particularly the usage of a bass, is a particular part of any kind of close, or any kind of music really, but close harmony group in particular, and I love what they're doing with him here.
hung up the phone, can't be too late. The boss is so demanding. Open the door up, and to my surprise, there you were standing. Who needs to go to work to hustle for another dollar?
Oh, those two hustles there as well. That's lovely.
Who needs to go to work to hustle for another dollar?
I love that J.E.'s hustle is in time with Jamal's, but then Vaughn adds it as an echo, almost like the hustle never stops kind of thing. I love that.
There you were standing. Who needs to go to work to hustle for another dollar? I'd rather be with you, 'cause you make my heart scream and holler.
And then there, what's important, I'd rather be with you than go and do that hustle. That's all together, the three of them in this wonderful rhythm-perfect harmony.
I'd rather be with you, 'cause you make my heart scream and holler. Love is a gamble, and I'm so glad that I am winning. We've come a long way, and yet this is only the beginning.
I love this so much.
Heart scream and holler. Love is a gamble, and I'm so glad that I am winning.
So having had that huge harmony thing, now we come back to Jamal singing the line while everybody else is harmonizing underneath him, and then
We've come a long way, and yet
starts out with just him, nobody else. Then Vaughn joins in unison,
this is only the beginning.
and then we get suddenly, all of a sudden, they split off from each other. That is so wonderful. It's one of my favorite things in music, is where you get a unison line that gradually peels away to become this rich harmony, and they do it so, so well here.
That I am winning. We've come a long way, and yet this is only the beginning. Oh my love.
And we come, and in the process of doing that, if you listen to J.E.'s line as he goes up,
Love is a gamble, and I'm so glad that I am winning. We've come a long way, and yet this is only the beginning. Oh,
it's like magic. You don't even notice J.E. has taken over, but he takes over in the middle of that line. It's brilliant.
winning. We've come a long way, and yet this is only the beginning. Oh my love. 1,000 kisses from you is never too much. Never too much, never too much. I just
Sorry, I got slightly distracted there. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Just some noise outside that was distracting me. I am going to restart.
1,000 kisses from you is never too much. Never too much, never too much.
I like what they do here.
From you is never too much. Never too much.
Because J.E. is holding on what he's singing there, Vaughn and Jamal start with the Never Too Much, and then he joins in on the second one. I really like that.
Kisses from you is never too much. Never too much, never too much. I just don't wanna stop on my love.
Again, beautiful construction here.
I just don't wanna stop.
Unison, this time I think perfect unison.
Never too much. I I just don't wanna stop all my life.
And then it's the bass slide from Gabe, and then we start breaking away, and this is so good.
I just don't wanna stop all my life. A million days in your arms is never too much. Never too much, never too much, never too much.
Oh, it's so nice. They start riffing a little bit. They start embellishing things out. And they're having so much fun here, clearly. Like, it's wonderful listening to what they're doing.
A million days in your arms is never too much. Never too much, never too much, never too much. I just don't wanna stop all my life.
Oh, I love that choice too. I just don't want to stop, and on stop, everything stops just for a beat, and then they come back in again. It's a really nice moment to break there.
I just don't wanna stop all my life.
And on a dum as well, that fall off is lovely.
I just don't wanna stop all my life.
Oh, that love, the way they move around there. This is what's so clean. Their motion when they're moving in harmony is amazingly clean. So good.
Kisses from you is never too much.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Kisses from you is never too.
As he goes up, as Jay hits the top there's a lovely dum-dum, just a little sort of quick drop down from Gabe, and there's something about those two hitting at the same time there that's just so lovely.
Kisses from you is never too much.
Oh, that never too. Oh my goodness! No, never mind. Never too. Really lovely from Vaughn in the middle there.
Kisses from you is never too much. I just don't wanna stop.
And I love that that's how they finish too. That's so good.
Never too much. I just don't wanna stop.
And even though Gabe isn't singing the lyric at that point in time, he is singing in exactly the same rhythm as them for that final I Just Don't Want to Stop.
I just don't want to stop.
And then dum 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 dum. And it just ends on the fifth with this unfinished chord. There's no dum dum. We don't resolve nicely into the tonic. It's left hanging. I don't want to stop. And therefore, does it ever stop? I love that. It just keeps going because the music hasn't stopped. It's stopped, but it hasn't finished in a wrapped up, complete cadence. I think it's a really, really lovely the way that they just leave that there and it just hangs. This is wonderful. These guys are amazing. I have a lot of time for them. This was quite brilliant. I just want to listen to that one more time.
Never too much. I just don't want to stop.
And there's... Right, because they go straight to the end card. And there's just that little bit of decay. It just hangs on for just a second after their final stop and then fades away. That is really, really lovely. This is beautiful. What a spectacular arrangement. They are so tight as a group. It's absolutely remarkable. They are fantastic performers. And they did that song so much justice. They really, really did. I love that they made little bits of it their own, but also there were whole chunks of it where it was paying real tribute and just using their voices to bring the vibe of the song to us. That was spectacular. Very, very well done. And I'm glad that Instagram decided to throw them into my path because that was quite beautiful and I will be very excited to dig into some more of what they do. So yeah, and I hope that you enjoyed that as well, whether you've seen this song a bunch recently, and it's been out for just over a month, maybe you've seen it, 50 times, 100 times in that time, or this is the first time, well, hopefully other than watching it once on their channel, the video is the first time you've seen it. Whatever that is, I hope I was able to bring something to you that made you go, oh, that's really cool. I didn't know I liked that bit for that reason, or whatever it happened to be. Hopefully I've been able to do something like that, because that's what I really want to do with these videos, is just share my love of what I'm listening to with you. And there was a lot to love in that. Really, really magnificent. And thank you very much for being here with me. I really appreciate your time, especially if you're still here at the end of the video. That means an awful lot. Yeah, and that's going to be it for this video. So please do hit the like and subscribe buttons and the notification bell. And if you'd care to support the channel, you can head to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts and leave a one-off donation of any amount. You can head to patreon.com/DavidKReacts and sign up for $2 or $4 Canadian or your regional equivalent. And that will give you ongoing access to my Discord and ongoing support of my channel. And there will be more happening with that Patreon in a couple of months' time. Or you can leave a super thanks here on YouTube, and any of those are very gratefully appreciated if you should choose to do them. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I really, really do appreciate it. Have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day, whatever time it is that you're watching this, morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime. Let's go for, I don't know, what should we do today? Let's go for 11:32 a.m. See if somebody's watching then. But yeah, seriously, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.